Happy Friday and welcome to CCTU Take 5. I'm Bill Van Amburg.
And I'm Alycia Gilde. This week we want to shake things up. Bill, you recently had this incredible opportunity to provide testimony to the U.S. House of Representatives Select Committee on Climate Crisis. The topic, transportation investments for solving the climate crisis. Can you share with us, what were some of the key takeaways that you shared with the committee?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity, and first of all I want to thank the committee, and in particular Chairwoman Kathy Castor of Florida. She did a great job with this, pulling the right people together, and I'm so thankful CALSTART got an invitation. These are really critical issues that we want to get across. I think the industry and fleets are starting to move forward. What we wanted to really stress was that the federal government needs to step up and be that third partner. And in particular, we need help in buying zero-emission vehicles. We really are pushing this point-of-sale incentive for medium and heavy-duty zero-emission vehicles. But also, let's keep improving the technology in the United States so the U.S. keeps its the technology leadership. And then, of course, this topic that I know you fully agree with, we got to build the infrastructure. This is really the big wall right now for these vehicles. We need the infrastructure these vehicles need, especially within historically excluded communities and communities of color, so people are not left behind. But this federal support is really going to create jobs, and they're hyper-local jobs, particularly when you're putting in infrastructure, and that's so important. And it also encourages the production of these technologies. With incentives, this will match and move the market forward. So that's the key points we really tried to stress.
Oh, that's incredible, and I couldn't agree more with the topic of infrastructure. As you know, our team is managing the California Energy Commission's Energized Commercial Vehicles project. It's a first-of-a-kind incentive project to advance medium and heavy-duty hydrogen refueling and electric charging infrastructure. Now, what's incredible in California, we're really seeing how these investments are really paving the way.
And the scale of these investments, Alycia, is unbelievable. The governor, what are we seeing? We're probably $200+ million in infrastructure for medium and heavy duty. We're almost $750 million for vehicle incentives and off-road equipment. That's phenomenal.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, we can show the rest of the nation how in California we can drive this technology, and now working in partnership with the federal government, we can now see how we can advance and replicate and really see the zero-emission transportation future we want to see. Bill, to our CCTU partners out there, what are the practical steps we need to be taking to meet our 2030 goal of zero emissions?
Well, we definitely want to use California as an example, but we need to do this everywhere. You know, it can't just be in one place. So what we need to do is build ecosystems, I think, Alycia, and this is something our team has talked an awful lot about. I think we need to put in place incentives, but also we need to have regulations. We need to push really hard to set the goals we're trying to achieve. But point-of-sale incentives are huge for vehicles, big investments in infrastructure, and I think sequencing this out, I think making sure we get charging where vehicles park, at depots or domiciles, but then creating fast charge urban networks of charging and then corridors between these cities. This is really the big next step we've got to take with federal government help.
And I really appreciate that you're discussing the theory of change for infrastructure and how critical that plays a role in really making our zero-emission vehicle adoption goal possible. But also thinking about it at the ground level, what do we need to be doing to help industry? So providing that technical assistance, providing them with resources, what are the steps that they need to take in order to select the right technology, build out the infrastructure to successfully deploy their vehicle technologies, and then how do we create that workforce that's really going to help us build this industry and to support the needs for us to realize the sustainability of these technologies. And I would say lastly, as we're thinking about building out our corridors, bringing together the partners to make it happen. We need to plan. We need to work with our utilities. We need to work with government and industry and communities to really realize that infrastructure development we need for a clean transportation future.
Industry, fleets, municipalities, states, the federal government, we all need to come together on this, and in particular, right vehicles, right places at the right timing. Well, these are great topics. I'm glad we had a short time to walk through it, but sadly, that's the end for this edition of CCTU Take 5. I'm Bill Van Amburg.
And I'm Alycia Gilde. Make sure to register for our CCTU mailing list on our website to keep updated with all of our upcoming Take 5 releases and our live CCTU broadcasts.
Also, follow us on Twitter to stay connected. We're at CALSTART.
And we'll CCTU soon.